Welcome to this fascinating journey through the life of one of the most iconic figures in the world of fashion, Louis Vuitton. His story is not only about a man who created an iconic brand, but also about a person who overcame adversity and transformed his passion into an eternal legacy. Make yourself a coffee, get comfortable, and join me on this journey to the heart of luxury and perseverance. A humble beginning that didn't define his destiny. Let's imagine France in the year 1821, in a small village called Angers, in the Jura region, in the east of the country. This is where Louis Vuitton was born, a child of humble origins. His father, Xavier Vuitton, was a farmer, and his mother, Coronne Gaillard, worked as a hat maker. Although their surroundings were simple, Louis grew up surrounded by craftsmanship and hard work, values that would define his life later on. Tragedy struck the family when Louis was only 10 years old. His mother died suddenly. This event deeply affected the young boy. Shortly after, his father remarried, but the relationship between Louis and his stepmother was not easy. This tense environment pushed him to make a drastic decision at the age of 14, to leave home. A journey towards hope. With a small suitcase and a lot of hope, Louis embarked on a journey of almost 300 miles on foot to Paris. Along the way, he worked in exchange for food and lodging, doing tasks like shining shoes and cleaning small shops. Despite the difficulties, each step brought him closer to his destination. After weeks of walking, he arrived in the City of Lights, a vibrant metropolis full of opportunities, but Paris did not welcome him with open arms. Knowing no one, he had to knock on door after door looking for work. Finally, fate led him to the workshop of Monsieur Maréchal, a renowned boxmaker and packer. Louis, with humility and determination, offered his skills learned from his mother in hand sewing. Thus began his apprenticeship in a trade that would change his life forever. The master craftsman. In Maréchal's workshop, Louis learned to make custom trunks and boxes. These objects were essential in a time when journeys were long and belongings needed protection. But Louis didn't just learn the trade, he perfected it. His dedication and talent made him a master craftsman at the age of 16. Louis spent almost 2 decades working in this workshop, perfecting his technique and saving every penny he could. Although he lived a modest life in a small apartment on the outskirts of Paris, his vision and ambition were enormous. The beginning of an empire. The year 1854 marked a turning point in his life. Louis, now 33 years old and newly married, decided to strike out on his own. He opened his own workshop on Rue Neuve des Capucines, in the heart of Paris. This moment coincided with an urban transformation driven by Napoleon III, which filled the city with avenues and boutiques, creating a perfect stage for his business to thrive. Louis revolutionized trunk making by designing a rectangular model that could be easily stacked, unlike the traditional curved top trunks. This design, along with the use of water-resistant materials and an innovative lock, made his products both practical and elegant. The royal touch. The quality and style of Louis's trunks did not go unnoticed. Empress Eugénie de Montijo, wife of Napoleon III, became one of his main clients. This royal endorsement elevated his reputation and opened the doors to a distinguished clientele. But Louis did not stop there. In 1859, he opened a new workshop in Asnières-sur-Seine, a suburb of Paris, to meet the growing demand. This space was not only a factory, but also the home of the Vuitton family, symbolizing the union between tradition and progress. The legacy continues. Louis worked tirelessly until his death in 1892, leaving behind a well-established company and a clear vision for the future. His son, Georges Vuitton, took over the business and took the brand to new heights. In 1896, Georges introduced the iconic LV monogram, which would become the hallmark of the brand. He also innovated with the tumbler lock, a design that guaranteed the security of trunks and suitcases. Under his leadership, Louis Vuitton expanded internationally, opening stores in London, New York, and other cosmopolitan centers. From tradition to global luxury, now that we know the beginnings of Louis Vuitton and how his son Georges continued his legacy, let's delve into the fascinating journey of the brand towards its consolidation as synonymous with luxury and excellence. The monogram that changed everything. In 1896, just a few years after Louis's death, Georges Vuitton made a decision that would forever transform the brand's identity: the creation of the LV monogram. Inspired by the artistic trends of the time and designed to be easily recognizable, this pattern not only celebrated his father, but also fought a growing problem: imitations. The monogram became a symbol of exclusivity, and its presence on trunks, suitcases, and other accessories made all the difference. It was more than just a design, it was a statement of quality and sophistication. Expanding to new horizons. Under Georges' leadership, the brand not only expanded its presence in Europe, but also crossed oceans. Stores were opened in London, New York, and Bombay, bringing Parisian luxury to every corner of the world. In 1913, the iconic store on the Champs-Élysées was inaugurated, which quickly became a must-see destination for design lovers. With each new opening, Louis Vuitton reinforced its status as an international giant. Weathering difficult times. Throughout the 20th century, the company faced challenges that could have destroyed any other brand. The two world wars shook the global economy, and many businesses collapsed. But Louis Vuitton survived thanks to its focus on quality and innovation. During this period, Gaston Louis Vuitton, grandson of the founder, took over the leadership. He continued to expand the brand, focusing on innovative products and collaborations with other luxury sectors. The merger that changed the game. In 1987, Louis Vuitton made a historic move by merging with Moet Hennessy, creating LVMH, the world's largest luxury conglomerate. This move not only consolidated the brand's position, but also opened the door to new opportunities. Under the leadership of Bernard Arnault, LVMH became a titan of the industry, and Louis Vuitton remained its crown jewel. Arnault understood that the brand's legacy was its greatest asset, and he worked to maintain its exclusivity while expanding its reach. Collaborations and reinventions. In the 1990s and 2000s, Louis Vuitton began exploring collaborations with contemporary artists such as Takashi Murakami and Jeff Koons. These partnerships not only modernized the brand, but also attracted a new generation of customers. At the same time, the brand expanded beyond suitcases and trunks. Clothing, shoe, and accessory lines were introduced that redefined the concept of luxury. Each piece, from a simple belt to a limited edition bag, carried with it the promise of quality that Louis Vuitton had established more than a century ago. The cultural impact of Louis Vuitton. Today, the brand is not only a status symbol, but also a cultural icon. Its presence in movies, red carpets, and exclusive events reinforces its status as an industry leader. From its humble beginnings in a small workshop in Paris to becoming a household name around the world, Louis Vuitton has shown that the combination of tradition, innovation, and quality can transcend generations. Lessons from the legacy of Louis Vuitton. The story of Louis Vuitton is not only about a man who overcame adversity, but also a lesson for all of us. It teaches us that no matter where you come from, you can always dream big and achieve what seems impossible. Louis's dedication to his craft, his ability to adapt to change, and his focus on excellence are values that any entrepreneur can apply in their life. Conclusion: a legacy that endures. Louis Vuitton started as a trunk workshop on a small street in Paris, but thanks to the vision and effort of generations, it has become a giant of fashion and luxury. So the next time you see the LV monogram on a bag or suitcase, remember that behind that logo is a story of hard work, innovation, and passion. What do you think of this inspiring story? Did you know the origins of Louis Vuitton? Tell us in the comments what you thought of this video and if you would like to know more about other legendary brands. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and share this video with your friends. See you in the next episode, where we will continue to explore the stories behind the names that have defined fashion and global culture. See you next time.